getting close to introverts is not easy. We are introverts, you know? And because of that, I'm going to give you my 5 tips on how to get closer to everyone's favorite temperamental introverts. So bust out those smiles and dress to impress, because we're about to make some moves. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel so you can catch more content just like this. Otherwise, let's get started. It's pretty obvious that as introverts, INTJs are not inclined to go out of our way to make friends. It's part of our last resort clause. So if you really want to get close to an INTJ, you're going to have to get in our way. Literally. If you work with an INTJ, try to insert yourself into their work groups or sit next to them at lunch and try to talk to them. I did say try, mind you. Whatever they are doing, try to put yourself into that same activity and gently let them know that you're there. Just don't go overboard and get creepy. You don't need to do every single activity that they do and follow their schedule down to the minute. That's called being a stalker. And for the love of everything good, do not profess to them how much you like them right off the bat. I have had that happen to me before, and it is not a turn on. In fact, it is going to have you get door slammed before you ever get the chance to get close to them. Just put yourself in the INTJ's way like a door that they have to go through when entering a building. Be cool, calm, and mildly indifferent at first, but open up with your passions a bit. Just so long as your passions are not your undying love for the INTJ. There's plenty of time for that later, trust me. Remember, we INTJs can be a bit oblivious to the world around us, so being a literal wall that we have to run into once a day at the least will really help your chances of getting closer to us. This one might not make sense at first, but just hear me out. Let's say you somehow have got into a conversation with an INTJ. Congratulations, by the way. Now the conversation has turned to whether the Earth is flat or round. You say it's flat. I say you need to get into the 21st century. Let's put it this way, if you're going to stand by the position that the Earth is flat, you better back that up with some facts. Because any argument that begins with, I feel, is not going to cut it. If you can back up your position with a compelling enough argument that gets us engaged in the conversation, then congratulations, you have just passed the second hurdle. Now, if you can't back up your position with something substantial, then at least be willing to listen to our points. While you're at it, open up with your ideas. Then later, go and do some research and come back and show us the information that you found. Just show us that you have a brain and not just a feeling. Now, I already said, do not be creepy. But when you want to get closer to an INTJ, you have to understand that scheduling is what we do. One of the best ways to get close to us is to start asking what we have scheduled. Start taking some mental notes and ask to be included in that schedule. Just keep in mind that our schedule can extend far into the future. I'm talking anywhere from a few days to a year or more. For an example of this, and this has happened to me multiple times, do not ask an INTJ if they want to go out to lunch today. The answer is more than likely going to be a big fat no, because they have probably packed their lunch or have already figured out their plans anyways for that day. No, the best solution is to find out how far in advance the INTJ has their schedule and then schedule lunch with them. Now, some INTJs have a break certain parts of schedule if X happens contingency plan that they will employ when certain things happens. So be aware that when you make a schedule with an INTJ, that you really should put in place words that reinforce the idea that they can't employ such tactics. Something along the lines of, I will see you there, or I'll be waiting for you at the specific time. And encourage them to set an alarm. Just keep in mind that this is more likely to happen if they don't have a strong connection with you. Stronger connections means higher priority on the schedule list. We INTJs know what we like, and that goes with people too. When I'm standing away from everybody in the corner of the room, I am watching them, I am listening, and I am learning. Now this might sound creepy, but all it amounts to is that I am forming an opinion about the people around me. Yes, this means that I have made my opinion of you before I ever met you. Unfortunately, for anybody that's really wanting to get close to an INTJ, this means that we've already decided to what degree we like you, and that's where you're going to get stuck. The best way to get around this is to just act like yourself and put your best foot forward. Really show us the parts that we have missed by looking at you from across the room. Being genuine is always the best for any relationship, but even more so when it comes to INTJs, because you're going to have to break down the mental image we already have of you. As a side note, keep in mind that your weaknesses should not be hidden either. No, you do not have to go out of your way to tell us all of your weaknesses right off the bat. That is not what I'm saying here. What I am saying is that if your INTJ shows interest in helping you overcome things in your life and improve your life, then guess what? Congratulations, they actually really like you. Real talk here. We INTJs are loyal people. If we like you, we will stick by you until you cross the line. The best way to stay away from that line, though, is to don't play stupid relationship games. Yes, some people like chasing others and having their heart tugged at. If you do this to an INTJ, though, you are more than likely to wind up on the disinterested list faster than a dropped piece of glass shattering on the floor. If you're absolutely going to insist on playing relationship games, they cannot be ones that cause either side to question loyalty of the other or cause an emotional scene. Breaking down in front of 100 other people is not the way to get us to like you. Really show some maturity when it comes to the emotional side. We love it. Keep the immature stuff to the quiet personal time. Just keep in mind, we do love to have fun, but we have to be comfortable with you first. Well, that does it for today's video. Do you think I missed something, or do you think I'm right on point? Let me know by dropping your comment in the comment section down below. While you're there, again, hit that like button as well as hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss a video that I put out. And as always, don't forget to stay cool and have fun. See you next time. Bye.